Welcome everybody to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central P time on the dollar. We do this show every day, Monday to Friday, because we gotta know what's happening with Bitcoin, altcoins, DXY, good coins, bad coins, stuff like that. What's going up, what's going down? Are we the blue balls? Are we not the blue balls? How long the pain is gonna last? Is this over soon? Is we gonna go down short term, long term? What is the best case scenario for us to pump? So we're gonna talk about that a little bit. And to tell you the truth, guys, I think that the best case scenario would be some kind of a spring towards downside. So as you see on the chart right now, we got some kind of expanding wedge towards the upside. We already got the divergence up here on the 4-hourly time frame. This is 1-hourly time frame, but on 4-hourly time frame, we already got some kind of bearish divergence, which indicates to me that we might actually go towards downside short term. But I am very optimistic, and I'm gonna show you why. Some coins are already showing some kind of improvement, some nice pumps and stuff like that. So there's that. Besides that, guys, we are optimistic. We haven't had Bitcoin Daily yesterday or day before that, reasons, and so I thought, even though it's Saturday today, wake up. It's very nice weather up here. It's snowy. I mean, it's a lot of snow. It's a lot of snow, but it's nice. It's nice. It's not very cold, so it's all good. Winter should be snowy and white. There we go, guys. How's everybody doing, chat? Mladen Petr, what's up? How you doing, man? Rising Star Melin, what's up? Hi. Dobro jutro, M21 photo. How you doing, man? Dutch Ring Racing is in the chat. Good morning. How you doing, man? Goom Gab, we gotta know. Radu, what's up? How you doing, man? Philip Tyson, hello. Mohammed is in the chat. Yoga Baba, how you doing, Mohammed? Long time no see. What do you think? I know when we had this Bybit competition, what's the name? Trading competition, right? Mohammed actually did very nicely. So, Mohammed, what do you think? Up or down? Long term, short term? Jürgen, pew pew, what's up? Welcome, good morning, XRP Legend. We missed the TI, we missed the Philip, what's up? Good morning. How you doing, guys? You are all the blue balls. 19 people in the chat. How you guys doing? So we're gonna check out what's actually happening with the chart. Just to tell you a little bit about short term, this is 1-hourly expanding wedge towards the upside. You'll see up here that we did break this trend towards the upside up here. Unfortunately, if you're looking on the 4-hourly time frame, there is divergence up here on the chart. Doesn't matter how you look at it. I mean, if you look at it from this point over here, let's go to the 6-hour time frame. Even 6-hour time frame got the divergence up here, and let's check out the 8-hour time frame. Just 8-hour time frame doesn't have divergence, so it can break towards upside, but since this is rising channel towards the upside up here, we might expect a move towards downside as well. I would say it's like 50-50 which way this is gonna go. I think it's more probable that this fails towards downside, and I would actually like it to fail towards downside, because I would like this this spring to happen back down to 15k. If you get some kind of spring up here, that's the kind of best case scenario. I'm gonna explain to you why, but it does look good. Yesterday on the 4-hourly time frame, I said Bitcoin looks very nicely because it did this over here. So we went down here, we went down to the support line, and then we bounced off the support line with bullish engulfing candle. Not only did we bounce above the support, we also broke 20 M10 moving average in the same move towards upside, which was actually quite good. Buying so much, my fingers are all got ankle sprain. Salim, how you doing, man? In Germany, we don't have snow. Morning, TLA. Morning, Gyro, how you doing? Yeah, I also saw that, there was a lot of countries or a lot of places in Europe that had like, last week temperatures around 20 plus degrees. So there's that. We got rejected from the rising channel on the daily. Yeah, so it might indicate a movement towards us. I'm still saying, my rising channel up here does seem to be, going out of steam a little bit. It's above the moving averages up here on the 4-hourly. So this move up here is probable, but I think there is more probability for the move towards downside. So we're gonna check that out. So maybe fake out the channel, then dump to around 16.6, then 17.4 before we dump hard. I don't know, but a lot of people are still very bearish. A lot of people want the price to go down to 13k, 12k, 10k. Can we do that? Definitely we can do that. I'm gonna show you why. Today is the moon phases. Yeah, today is the full moon, so maybe, just maybe, we're gonna pump. Good morning, Call Crypt. How you doing, man? So maybe you're gonna come, but this over here, I would I think there is more probability down over here towards the downside, but and I would actually like this to actually happen. I would actually like this to happen. So on the daily time frame up here, yesterday, of course, the bullish engulfing candle above the 10-20 moving average up here was a very nice candle, and as soon as this actually happened, I became a short-term bullish up here. I also saw that sand was actually having a nice setup, and sand was actually performing very nicely. Sand and mana are like two twin brothers. They always go up and down at the same time. Where is sand and mana up here? There we go. Sand up 7.2% and mana up also 7.7%. Sand and mana, they pump at the same time type of chart. But you can see up here, on the daily time frame, mana hit the resistance up here at 50 moving average, but sand didn't. Sand just hit some kind of highs up here. Sand can actually go a little bit higher at 0.5, something like that. Really doesn't matter. But it does look okay. Over here on the daily time frame of Bitcoin, you'll see that Bitcoin is above all of the moving averages up here. Not all of the moving averages, but above 10, 20, 50 moving average. And you see this 50 moving average up here. It's been holding us down for a while up here right now. And right now we are above that. Not only that, we bounced off of all of the moving averages, which is quite bullish. So this channel towards the upside up here, this short-term channel or expanding wedge towards the upside, I still say this has more, this has probability break towards upside. So I'm not gonna say right now that it's gotta go down, but I would like it to go down, and I would say that probability is a little bit more towards downside than upside. But you can see up here on the chart that we did break everything up here. So this major resistance level up here got broken. 10, 20, 50 moving average still bounced off of those. So it does shows a lot of bullishness. So yes, I am a little bit optimistic, although again I would like to go towards the downside. The reason I would like to go towards the downside is because of the weekly time frame, and the reason is because you gotta understand that when traders try to trade something, right, they look for some kind of divergence, some kind of overextension, some kind of pattern that says we're gonna go up, right? So if you look, for example, on the DXY is down 1.18%. Wow, what happened with DXY? Wow, I did not see this move down here, guys. I did not see the move. Oh, this is bad for DXY. No, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not yet that bad. It's not yet that bad. I mean, it did close down here below the moving averages again. Bearish engulfing candle be below the moving averages. This is actually quite bad. But when you see any kind of pattern, right? Traders like to trade patterns. They see pattern, they see double bottom up here. They see the move towards the upside. They see some kind of recovery up here. This can again bounce off towards the upside again. But this shows weakness in the move. But what I'm trying to say is that traders look for any kind of indication that stuff is gonna happen. Overextensions, patterns, divergences, pattern on something, some kind of indicator telling them something is gonna happen, in one or the other direction. And the thing is, although traders do trade everything, both up and down, they look for whatever has most probability, right? So some patterns, rising wedges is more probability towards us. If I get some kind of rising wedge, long-term rising wedge with some kind of divergence at the top, the probability just skyrockets that it's going to drop towards downside. So, traders, good traders love that kind of stuff. They love that kind of stuff. So what we are looking on Bitcoin, at least on the weekly time frame, big time frame, is some kind of indication that this is going to break towards the downside, break towards the upside. We look for some kind of a divergence up here or something like that. Over here there was no divergence. Up here there was a bearish divergence towards the upside. Right now there is no divergence, and over here there is slight divergence up here, because this part goes towards the upside and this part goes a little bit towards the downside over here, but it's still pushing it towards the downside. So even though on the daily time frame it might look good on the chart and stuff like that, you're above moving averages, we don't see actually any kind of it can go towards the upside. It just needs to go a little bit higher up here. It just needs to go a little bit higher above this 10 moving average. It just needs to go a little bit higher above this 10 moving average, and this divergence will be invalidated. But I still think that this can actually go towards the upside. This actually, yeah, this weekly time frame. So the big move that might actually push a lot of traders towards the upside and might liquidate all the bad traders is the move towards downside below the support level up here. The reason for that is if that does happen, we just might experience if this move down here happens, we just might experience weekly divergence on Bitcoin. Weekly divergence on Bitcoin. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to go below this level down here at 15.4. I mean, it can go down there, and if it does go down there, and you know you get some kind of big move down here without any kind of divergence, you know it's kind of bad, right? Of course, but if you just get a slight of divergence, a lot of people will see that. A lot of traders will see this. Divergence on the weekly time frame, and this might be one of the best moments for going long on Bitcoin and everything else. Why is that so? Because this divergence up here is a weekly divergence. It's not a daily or a 4-hourly divergence or anything like that. It's a weekly divergence, and these divergences does tend to play out very, very nicely. So if we do get some kind of move down here towards below, what's that, below if you get some kind of move below 16.27, this might actually be the best case scenario. If we get that, what I'm looking for, what I'm hoping, what I'm optimistic for, and I think this is the best case scenario, is getting some kind of bullish engulfing candle right back up here again. If that happens, guys, ladies and gentlemen, if that happens, we're gonna become so bullish. We're gonna play Dodgy Daddy 24-hour live stream, watching Bitcoin price second by second, how it moves towards the upside. That's how bullish that might actually be. That's how bullish that might actually be. So this is actually very nice. This is actually very nice. And although we are looking to move towards the upside up here, and we are creating higher highs, we are getting above the resistance, this might actually just pump up here towards the upside. I think best case scenario is having some kind of big dump, get everybody shorting, and then liquidate everybody towards the upside. That's not all. These kind of things often happens. They manipulate the price up and down to get you out of the market just before stuff happens, just before stuff happens. So I think if you're gonna have any kind of big move towards the upside, that's what I'm looking for. Now check this out, guys. Check this out. If you zoom a little bit up here on this, still on the weekly time frame, we have we had these major resistance line that needs to get broken, and these resistance lines are gonna take a little while to get broken, especially these two up here. But shorter term, this over here is a very, very major support line, resistance lines. You break this on 20 moving average on the weekly time frame. This is actually like breaking something big, because this trend over here just kind of ends, and it might actually propel it towards the upside. And now this line can actually be drawn something like this as well, because it does correspond nicely with this line. So it might be a little bit above 20 moving average, give or take, but we are very close to breaking that trend. So any kind of trend broken, any kind of downtrend, because this over here is downtrend line, any kind of downtrend broken propels either sideways. It can still bleed on the downside, but it kind of creates these resistance lines as support lines, which gives you a little bit more bullishness, right? And a little bit more bullishness can actually just propel a lot higher than we are. Now this is actually very nice, and this is the line that we are looking at. This line is we're looking at. The other line is down here. You can see up here how nicely this has been holding. So this line also corresponds very nicely to this 20 moving average up here, at least for one day. This is gonna be 20 moving average is gonna be down here next week or something like that. But it is in the ballpark area. You can see right now that levels to get above is 18.5, 18.6, 18.7 or something like that. These are the major levels that we need to get above to actually become stupidly bullish and see some kind of nice moves towards the upside on everything, not just on Bitcoin. Like everything is gonna explode towards the upside. So this is what I'm looking for. Now unfortunately on the short term up here, let's go a little bit back in time up here. Where's the lines? Did I remove the lines? There you go. There are the lines. Okay. Unfortunately, short term, I think this over here right now, even though we are above moving averages on the daily time frame, I think this might actually go, right now, go back up here and then, break on the downside a little bit. Now, once it breaks towards downside, we are looking at certain levels down here where the support will kick in. 14 up here. These are all bullish scenarios, right? The worst case scenario is this just going all the way down to the bottom and even going below the bottom down here, right? Now, just like I said, on the weekly time frame, that would be a spring. That would be a spring. So the question is right now, is it time for shorting or longing? It's very hard to long right now. It's very hard, especially right now that we are hitting this these tops up here. It's very hard to long. Yes, we are above the resistance and stuff like that, and it cannot go up here, but it's very hard to long right now. Like down here, that's these are long positions. Up here there are short positions, right? These are short-term moves. There are definitely other other lines up here. This might be some kind of channel up here probably, but we are definitely hitting some kind of a resistance level up here. Even though we are above the moving average, we are hitting resistance levels. So are we gonna go back down here below the channel up here, double the channel towards the downside over here, get everybody super bearish, and then have a big move towards the upside? That's the best kind of scenario. If we close like that, we are going to break weekly RSI resistance line. Weekly RSI resistance line, if we close like this. I don't know whether you're looking at the top line or bottom line up here. I don't know. On my chart, it looks like we still have a while to go to break the line towards the upside. But yeah, if you start pumping up here towards the upside, at least this RSI line up here will actually close above. So that's all good and dandy, guys. But I am optimistic. And from the top of the RSI. But the top of the RSI, yeah, but now it kind of depends on what line we are looking at. It kind of depends on what line we are looking at, because there are several tops up here, right? There are several tops up here. One goes like this over here, but oftentimes I like to use the two previous tops for some reason, right? Two previous tops. So this actually needs a little bit more time. This already broke. This already broken. Right now we are going sideways up here. It does look like it might actually break up here towards the upside. And let's look at this big one up here. The big one also kind of confirms it that we are very, very close up here, but RSI is not that precise. It sometimes might look broken, sometimes not, but at least this this trend line over here did get broken. Right now we are going sideways, so because this was downtrend. Right now we are in some kind of RSI sideways trend over here. So yeah, we still need a little bit more move towards the upside. But once that move comes, guys, I'm saying it again, like I've said 1,000 times before. Price moves up a lot faster than it moves down. Trust me on this. When it starts moving towards the upside, you're gonna be in disbelief. People will be like, "What's happening?" It's gonna come down. It's gonna come down, and before they know it, it's so high. It's so high. And by the time they start buying in, you get into this downtrend again, and so forth, right? Also, from our bottom, where we did call the bottom up here, we said 3 to 6 months sideways movement. Right now we had 29 bars, so we are above 6 months, 203 days. 13 June, January 7th. Yeah, so we are above. We are a little bit above 6 months. So our prediction was that 3 to 6 months sideways movement before something happens, right? It might go longer, it might be 9 months, whatever, right? But and I did not actually believe that it was gonna go below the 20k, but it did. The reason I did not think it's gonna go below 20k up here because Bitcoin rarely does this move down here and then goes towards the upside. It did this move up here, go towards the upside, then goes back down to the same support level or a little bit higher than that and goes towards the upside. This is very important to know because good coins, guys, a lot of good coins you will see up here in the June. We hit some kind of June low, then we bounce up towards the upside, and the move right now towards downside does not come back down to the same support levels. These are good coins, guys. These are good coins. Coins that have very good, fundamentals that people are buying, that people don't want to, to drop down to zero and being bought, like Matic, for example. Let me show you Matic up here for a second up here. What is Matic? Matic up here, Matic in the June low, hit June low, bounced up, and right now just consolidating up here. It did not do this move down here. Most other coins, like 99% of other coins, did this move down here. Right now, even Bitcoin did this move towards downside, which makes me think that Bitcoin is a little bit weaker than other coins. But there are definitely a lot of good coins right now doing that. Right now, I actually read that on Twitter, whale something, what's it called? Whale Guru, yeah, Whale Guru. Let me find the tweet on that. Yeah, so MasterCard. MasterCard right now, MasterCard launch program for music artists to be built on Polygon blockchain. So Polygon is definitely being stuff is built on, and it is you know, a strong coin. You can see here that it is a strong coin. Unfortunately, Bitcoin is not that strong right now for some reason. Bitcoin actually, you know, once it hit this low down here, it went even lower. Coin that might be strong is Ethereum up here. You can see Ethereum did not go below the previous lows down here. It did go, you know, up here, and I was expecting Bitcoin to do something like, you know, the same up here, go a little bit up, then go back down to support line, whatever, and then bounce, right? But Ethereum did what I was actually thinking that Bitcoin is gonna do. It tells me right now that people are, I think that, you know, investors are, you know, moving a little bit away from Bitcoin, and are starting to see Bitcoin more in lines of gold, something stable, something not pumping much. So they are looking for some stuff that are more secure, but it's gonna pump a lot more than, for example, Bitcoin, right? So Ethereum, Matic, you know, these metaverse coins, whatever, right? This thing might actually perform very nicely, and there are definitely, you know, good coins that are having these, you know, very nice moves towards upside without actually falling, going lower. I'm not saying that these coins that don't have these good fundamentals are not gonna pump, because some of these coins that actually, you know, will just keep bleeding down 99.9% might be 1,000, you know, 1000x coins. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying that when it comes to fundamentals, these coins that, you know, had the low around June and are still keeping the low from the June intact, they might have just better fundamentals than other coins. Let me show you something more on Bitcoin, guys. Let me show you something more on Bitcoin, because we have been looking at this move up here. I'm getting, you know, strongly optimistic right over here. I still think that this move down here is possible with some kind of spring towards the upside, so I'm not gonna rule that out. Over here we got this expanding move towards downside. So you know, first a little bit move towards upside, then towards first a little bit move towards downside, then towards upside. I think that would be like the best case scenario. And as if you can see on the like we just showed on the RSI is getting broken, right? Over here, this line up here is not getting broken, it's still intact. Lana says it's getting broken, it might be getting broken, might not, but this secondary line up here, this fast move towards downside up here is broken. So if you just look at this move over here, this move over here did get broken over here. This over here is right now sideways move. So if you do, you know, manage to break this secondary line up here towards the upside, it's just gonna explode towards the upside. I'm strongly bullish. Now, oftentimes when you look at some kind of overextensions, guys, overextensions, what you're gonna see here on the on BLX monthly time frame. On monthly time frame, you'll see that oftentimes we look at these overextensions on the 10 moving average. Right, so you can see, you can look for overextensions away from the moving averages, you know, by looking at 10 moving average, 20 moving average, 50 moving average, and so forth, right? But oftentimes we look at these short-term moving averages, and you can see here in June we had these extreme overextensions up here, and these overextensions comes always at some kind of, you know, some kind of bottoms up here. You can see up here, this was some kind of bottom over here, then we got over here in down here, that was some kind of bottom, right? And right now over here also on 10 moving average around June we had some kind of bottom, right? That doesn't mean, just like in 2014 that where we went lower down here, that we're not gonna go try to go a little bit lower again. But oftentimes these are, you know, some kind of bottoms for Bitcoin, but these are short-term bottoms because this is 10 moving average. Now we can look at other moving averages, and then what you're gonna see here on the chart, if you look at the 20 moving average up here, it's very high. It's up at 34,000, and we are very extended from the 20 moving average. So up here, now that, you know, 10 moving average is no longer in play, we can look at the 20 moving average. What you're gonna see here again that these lows down here tend to, you know, stay up there. You can see up here the bottom down here. We still did this move towards downside over here, but you know, that was some kind of bottom, right? Bitcoin up here, bottom right down here, when we hit some kind of very extended, you know, 93% down, from the 20 moving average. And look here what's happening right now, guys. Up here from the June low, we still we've been pushing it towards downside. Right now we are 150% extended away from the 20 moving average towards the downside, which are huge extensions, and 20 moving average on the monthly time frame is a huge extension. Not only that, this move up here is is exhaustion move. This move towards downside up here with a price bleeding towards downside is exhaustion move. So I'm hugely optimistic. I don't know if we can go down a lot more. I'm always saying there is probability we're gonna go down to 15. I would like to go down to 15 because of the spring. If we fail the 15, go down to 14, 13, 12. Can you do that? We can still do that, guys. We can still do that. But what I'm saying is that it's getting close. It's getting close, and I'm getting very, very, very optimistic over here on the chart. And as I just showed you right now on the monthly time frame, we are a very, very low, very, very low. Also the monthly up here, monthly RSI is down here at 40 levels, which is very nice. So anything bullish. So I would say that Bitcoin is a failure if Bitcoin goes down below 40 down here, some kind of 30 levels or something like that. Because if you get down to 30 levels, you can kind of bet your ass that as soon as we get if it goes down over here and Bitcoin goes down to some kind of 30 levels on the monthly time frame, you can bet your over here ass that as soon as any kind of pump comes and we hit some kind of 40, 50 levels on the RSI, you're gonna get rejection from that easily, right? So that would be bad. So the fact that we are holding the 40 level up here on the monthly time frame is still stupidly very, very good. The momentum on the monthly time frame also going towards upside up here. Yes, it does look like we are going to cross it up here on the downside. This signal line up here, but it doesn't have to be that bad. Once you cross it big time and you fail to get back above it, that's bad. But if you just come right above it, that's kind of good. The momentum over here on the monthly time frame is going up while the price is going towards downside. There is divergence on the momentum, which is also technically very, very nice. If it closes, we should be bullish. So let me show you one more thing up here on the weekly time frame when it comes to MACD. MACD is also climbing towards upside. It's been climbing towards upside for a while. So the price is going down, but the MACD is climbing towards upside on the weekly time frame up here. And this has happened before, and oftentimes I've been saying that this bottom right now is almost like 2014 bottom, not like 2019 or something like that, but 2014 bottom. And the MACD is climbing towards upside. The zero line up here is very important. The zero line on the MACD is very important because once you're above the zero line with the signal line, you kind of bullish, and once you go below it, you kind of bearish. You get some kind of fake outs where we go below the zero line with the signal line, or this blue line oftentimes does that, but you can go down below this below the zero with signal line as long as you come right back up again, that's fine. But oftentimes once you go below the signal line, below the zero line with the signal line up here, you become strongly bearish. And although you get some kind of pump towards the upside, you just do this move up here. So you become strongly bearish once you are below the signal line. Let me show you a little bit more up here history on Bitcoin. Although we've been talking about all of this before, it's still up here this was a special kind of event. But you can see up here we came down here with the signal line and tried to push up here above it again. And I've been saying before, if there was no corona up here, if there was no corona dump up here, I was saying that this should have been this should have been the bottom. We pulled back, we are supposed to do this move towards the upside and then run up. If there had been no corona, I would think that this would just slowly climb up here towards the top and then go towards the upside. The fact that we had corona down here is what actually pushed us back below the zero line up here, but we came as soon as we did this move up here, we came back above the zero line again, which was all very nice, and we continued the bull run. The same thing happened up here. We crossed the zero line up here on the weekly time frame, or just above here, so any kind of push up here was still keeping us up here below the zero line up here on the weekly time frame, and then it eventually went up. But you can see here, as soon as you break towards upside, I mean a lot sooner than but as soon as you break towards upside, you become bullish again, right? So everybody became stupidly bullish, and even any kind of move towards downside is quite normal. It pushed us back down here, and I said like this over here should have propelled us towards upside if there was had not been any kind of corona dump on downside. And over here in the 2014, like I think, you know, right now we are having the same kind of, you know, experience. You can see this sideways movement over here happening while we are going towards the zero line. We had this pump up towards the zero line, kind of stopped a little bit there. We had this, you know, fake out down here, and then as soon as we broke this towards the upside, once this signal line came above the zero line up here, we could, you know, start the rally towards the upside. That was it. So what we are looking on the weekly time frame up here. What we are looking on the weekly time frame eventually is that this signal line, that's the orange line, crossing the zero line towards the upside. Once that happens, it's pretty much confirmed that, you know, we are in some kind of a bullish rally again. But the break towards that line, the move towards the upside will come before we actually break it. The break is just kind of, you know, okay, right now is, you know, confirmed that we are bullish. We are not quite there yet, but the move towards upside will come before we actually come to the zero line, right? And I've showed you a lot of other, you know, indications that we are at some kind of bottom. Let's check out stochastic. Stochastic is, you know, on the big time frames. Big time frames hugely important up here. Let's check out stochastic. You can see down here stochastic is just this on the monthly time frame. It's just kind of bleeding down. It's just doing this, you know, zigzag pattern up here towards downside. It's just a matter of time before it actually goes. Can it take 1-2 more months? Maybe it can, but you know, we already had like 6-7 months of down movement. I think it's a matter of time. I mean, this is my opinion. I don't know what about you guys. This is my opinion. I think it's just a matter of time before this starts pumping towards the upside. I know a lot of people are bearish, and yeah, we can go down. Like we just saw on the daily time frame, we are hitting some kind of resistance on 4 hour, we are spending wedge towards the upside. It might pull back down. I get that. We can go down. Best case scenario, at least the way I see it, is a move down, then a spring towards the upside, because that will get everybody, you know, bullish. The thing that's gonna leave most people in disbelief is if we just continue pumping right now. If we go up above this channel, above this you know, expanding wedge just towards the upside without any kind of spring, it's gonna leave a lot of people in disbelief. It's gonna be like, where is my dump, you know? So that might also be a good thing. But you can see here, even on the monthly time frame on the RSI, we are at you know, as close to the bottom as you can get, right? And right now, even if you zoom on a little bit up here. We had this, you know, cross up here, and right now we get this third cross. Is this third cross gonna, you know, pump us towards the upside? Garrett Solway says short-term pump. Yeah, Garrett Solway. I mean, he might be right. You know, people said 15K. I didn't say 15K. I said 20K. So there is that. So he might be right on 13K, 12K, whatever he's saying, right? But you can see here, it is very close, very, very close, until we actually start going towards the upside. Until we actually start going towards the upside. But these lines are super important. Now we are not above these lines. We are still down here a little bit left. And if you look at it a little bit, you know, on a bigger time frame up here, this over here, down here, you know, people will say this is, you know, distribution phase, redistribution phase, you know, accumulation phase down here. Sure, you can say that, but you know, the way I see it, this was over here distribution phase, then we had, you know, secondary distribution phase, and this over here, I would say that it's accumulation. There's no other way to see it than accumulation phase. I would say distribution, you know, secondary distribution. So you got 2 distributions right now. This is the first of 2 accumulation phases, right? So once we get above these levels up here, you know, there will be another, you know, secondary, hopefully another secondary accumulation phase where a lot of other people accumulate. But what is the chart up here? You know, if you look at 2014, it's a little bit different up here. We had some kind of, you know, distribution up here, the secondary distribution, then, you know, or, you know, third distribution up here. I would say, you know, by looking at history, this was accumulation, but, you know, where is the secondary accumulation up here? You know, might be this, the secondary accumulation phase, maybe up here, you know, third, before we actually started to rally towards the upside. But you got these distribution phases where people sell, and they're gonna, you know, major levels of accumulation phase where people actually buy. Right, distribution phase up here on the top. I don't, you know, you would say this is the distribution phase, and then, you know, over here is accumulation phase, and then a secondary accumulation phase all around up here, and then distribution up here at the top, right? Right now we're going down in some kind of accumulation phase. So I would say, you know, if anybody says that this is some kind of a redistribution phase, you know, I wouldn't be there. Garrett Soloway is our Lord and Savior. I thought that was Michael Saylor. I thought Michael Saylor was our Lord and Savior. So yeah, strongly optimistic when it comes to Bitcoin and moves. But you know, short term, I would hope it goes down a little bit. DXY did this big bad move towards downside, and I'm still not believing it yet because it's still above. You know, it's still above the support lines. It's still above the support lines. It did break the trend up here, somehow down here somewhere, wherever there it goes. I mean, the big trend up here, it got broken a long time ago, give or take, something like this over here. So this move towards downside might be some kind of fake out and then, you know, continue again towards upside. But if it's only if it goes back below down here below the supports that we might assume that it is very weak and it's gonna go more towards downside. And after this big move towards downside, you can see that S&P 500 on daily time frame is right now hitting resistance. They did pump, but they're kind of hitting the resistance. Everything is hitting the resistance beside the Dow Jones. Dow Jones actually above the resistance up here, looks nice and strong. And Dow Jones has been looking, you know, strong for a long time. Up here, but this is on the daily time frame. Weekly time frame up here. Weekly is also above the moving averages. Oh my god, this actually looks quite nice. And over here, trying to go up here, but you know, it's too early to say. Nasdaq also did not get above anything, but it is creating this, you know, a double, triple bottom down here on the downside. We're gonna keep on following the equities and stock market a little bit more in the next week, but because right now it's not much is happening. And the last thing, yeah, the full moon. We gotta talk about, you know, quick word about full moon. We got this over here was January 7th. We already got the full moon on the chart. We already got the full moon on the chart. Is it on the 4 hourly? On the 4 hourly. Is it on the daily? There is no daily. On the 4 hourly. We got it on the 4 hourly, guys. There we go. We got a full moon, guys. Full moon pumping up here. Came right in time. Up here. It's actually here at the top though. But you know, it came in time. We got a full moon on the chart. And hopefully this full moon, you know, up here, you know, we went down to the full moon, then bounced up here to the new moon, then we went kind of sideways, then bounced a little bit more, pulled back up here, down a little. The new moon did not dump us that much, just a little bit, and right now we're getting this full moon again. Is it gonna pump us towards upside? You know, good to be seen. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is good coins, guys, good coins. Like we just said, Matic is a good coin, right? If you look at a Matic chart, let's just clean up everything up here. Let's say it's moving averages because it's easier to see. And you go to the weekly time frame, guys. Weekly time frame on charts. What you're gonna see is the good coins, guys. They hit some kind of lows down here. Yesterday's jobs numbers. Yeah, I can also tell you something about job numbers, because it is really, you know, mind-boggling to me to look at, you know, Amazon and Google and everybody else, you know, laying off workers. And you know, struggling in economy, but you know, suddenly everybody's hiring. No, nobody's hiring, guys. I don't know how they are manipulating these numbers, but nobody's hiring. It's really hard to get a job. I mean, there are definitely, you know, some companies that are, you know, performing well. They need more. They're doing well. I get that, but I don't think, you know. Overall hiring is that high. Now, when it comes to good coins, these coins that, you know, hit some kind of lows in June and did not go below previous lows, they're actually, you know, fundamentally good coins. And you'll see here Ethereum is a fundamentally good coin. A lot of people are buying Ethereum because, you know, it's fundamentally good coin, right? And there are other coins as well. Which one? But you know, up here, Mana and Sand, you know, they're gonna perform well. I'm not saying anything. I'm thinking, you know, Metaverse and this is gonna be huge, but they're not quite there. BNB, where is BNB? Up here, BNB. BNB as well up here did not go below, you know, fundamentally good coin, right? And BNB has Cake, and Cake has been performing very nicely. Where is Cake? Here is Cake as well. Cake is also not gone down below the previous lows. I mean, yes, it's pulling back, but it's not below previous low. Now, this doesn't have to always be the case. We also have Chili's up here. It's not below previous lows, and it's been holding, you know, strongly. But this might have been the fact that it rallied before the, you know, before the World Cup. So, you know, what's gonna happen next is gonna go down. I don't know, but overall, these other coins that are not below June low, they are technically, you know, considered, at least the way I see it, XRP chills. Yeah, XRP as well. XRP also, although I don't know much about XRP, guys. I am not you know, conspiracy theories when it comes to these kind of stuffs, and it is holding the lows very nicely. So we just gotta assume it's fundamentally it's a strong coin, guys. Fundamentally this is a strong coin. Why, I don't know, but you know, XRP fundamentally strong coin. That said, what is not strong coin is you know what I'm gonna show you right now, right? You can kind of guess. EOS. EOS did from the bottom towards the top 6x, 6-7x, right? 7x. You can understand when you imagine going through the bear market entire year too, then waiting 1-2 years to pump to get 7x. I mean, you'd kill yourself, right? And then not only that, you think the next bull run is gonna be fine, I'm just gonna hodl, and it goes below the previous lows. I mean, this is the worst chart ever. Like, first of all, it was one of the most pipe coins. It got 4 billion in ICO. It pumped hugely. After it's been disappointment. The chief developer, the guy created Dan Larimer, left the EOS. Gave here's to the community. Do what you wanna do with it. What's community gonna do with a coin? You know, this space goes so fast. You need development. You need somebody to build new technology over and over again. This guy just like, there you go. It works. You know, yeah, it worked then. But you know, right now we got NFTs. Where are NFTs on EOS? Where is Metaverse on EOS? Where is Web3 on EOS? Right? Where is the development? There is no development, right? I mean, there might be development. I don't know. The thing is, the coin is below previous low in 2019. It's coming down to, you know, the all-time low down here at 0.5. It's very, very close to 0.5. Previous, you know, where is the November, January, March, April, June? This is actually June up here. This is actually June over here. But it's still below. It's still below. Still went even lower. But you know, how much down can you how much down can you push, right? So what I'm trying to say, that there are strong coins and there are weak coins, right? You know, strong coins, they kind of hold well, but they are fundamentally strong. I would say, you know, just by looking at the charts, I would say they are fundamentally strong coins because I don't know about fundamentals. On the other hand, there are a lot of other shit coins that are actually down 90% that might actually, you know, perform well. They might perform very well. They might give you 1000x, they might give you 500. I don't know. Just because coins does look bad does not mean it's not gonna pump. Even EOS pumped 7x. But you know, what I'm just trying to say, you know, if you got $1 billion, you know, fundamentally good coins, right? Solana is great device. Solana also, I have a little bit problem with Solana, and I'm gonna show you what the problem is up here. So Solana up here did was showing you know, was showing very nice, you know, hold of this previous low, and it did look like a strong coin. And then you had this big dump down here, and even this pump after after Vitalik came out and said something about it, right? This was the pump up there. Up here went up 45%, so it might be very good trading call. It might pump a lot, might just come all the way up here towards the upside again, 50 moving average or something like that, when everything else pumps. I don't know about Solana, but the problem I have with Solana is that Vitalik, you know, he did not actually pump it that much. It does look good over here. It kind of looks good, but it had right now 3 days sideways movement up here. So right now it's pulling back. If it goes back below these levels down here, it might be actually, you know, terrible. But on the other hand, if it kind of bounces up here, over here towards upside, it just might actually perform very nicely. So Solana might right now be a very good trade coin because, you know, the volatility is high. People don't know what's happening. It's not stable. So, you know, volatility goes up and down. Somebody tweets something, somebody says something, you know, suddenly down, you know, 20%, suddenly up 20%, you know. So when it comes to trading, Solana might be a very good option for trading because there is huge volatility. When it comes to fundamentals, I've heard something Ivan on Tech said. I've heard some other things that other people have said about fundamentals, and you know, saying that you know, I'm not really that optimistic when it comes, you know, to fundamentals. But you know, what do I know about fundamentals? What do I know about fundamentals, right? When it comes to the chart, it might be good volatile coin. Now there are two coins that are looking very nicely. I'm gonna show you guys. I wrote them in chat, in Telegram chat, and one of those is Atom, and I think Atom right now is getting ready for some kind of move towards the upside up here. So, you know, if you look at on the weekly time frame, now one Atom does have this, you know, bottom, and right now it's holding this this bottom up here. Let me see if it got the weekly divergence up here on the chart. No, there is no weekly divergence. Does it have? No, it has weekly bearish divergence, so it might be kind of bad. But if it pumps a little bit more, it might be actually good. So it's holding up here. It went up here. It might be, you know, leading pump, you know, bump and dump over or move over here. So it kind of, you know, might take that into consideration. But if there is this resistance line up the top up here. There's this resistance line. I would say if it goes back below the resistance line over here, it might indicate a more move towards downside, but it's getting to this. It already broke, you know, this downtrend over here towards the upside, so it is at a crucial level towards upside or downside over here. And you know, technically, you know, fundamentally, long term, it does look kind of okayish. But I was looking at, you know, I was thinking this actually might. But the fact that it's not pumping after, you know, how long was it? 3 days up here, not this one. Yeah, and the other coin, yeah, there was one more coin. Tila, can you tell him that VeChain is weak, please? Who said the VeChain is, you know, strong? Well, but ask Tila. Yeah, VeChain is weak. No, this is not this daily time frame. Yeah, it looks weak. Now, you gotta understand again. I'm not bashing your coins, guys. I'm saying that, you know, VeChain will, you know, do better than Bitcoin, whatever. As long as it doesn't die, it can perform well. But up here, and you can see this downtrend over here. I mean, this might actually perform very nicely eventually. But what I'm saying is that, you know, it is going below these June lows. It is going below these June lows. Now the pump will be legendary, of course. The pump eventually will be legendary. But when it comes to, you know, good coins versus bad coins, whatever that means, you know, and some bad coins today might be, you know, in 1 year's time, very good coins. I don't know. But when it comes to, you know, strong coins and weak coins, this is a weak coin because it is going lower. Anything that creates lower lows is a weak coin, because strong coins will go down to some kind of support, and they will still, you know, they will still go. They have pumps and downs, but they will kind of hold certain levels. And right now that we did hit this, you know, June lows, good coins will hold these levels. It's just how it works. It's just how it works. But yeah, I think it's a weak coin, not you know, fundamentally, but there's that. There is one coin that actually I was actually just going over coins, just looking, you know, what looks good, what looks bad, just quickly, you know, tap on the coins, and there was this OP. Guys, look at OP. Let's check out the chart of OP. Let's go to CoinCap. This actually might actually be a very nice coin. I don't know why. So, you know, it's a freebie, guys. It's a freebie. OP. Optimism. I don't know. You know, if you look at a web page, it says Optimism, low cost, lightning fast, Ethereum L2 blockchain. I mean, L2. You know, I'm not really a fan of L2 chains, but you know, why does Ethereum need L2 chain right now that it's proof of work? I don't know. But let's look all up here. It had these lows down here. This is also June lows, and this is entire chart up here. So it hit June lows, and right now it's kind of consolidating up here. It's kind of consolidating. So this is entire chart of Optimism. It hit these lows down here in June, July. It pumped up big time. Went down here, higher low. It's still creating higher lows. So, and up here, these two up here, looks like it wants to break towards the upside. So it has this very nice, depends on how you draw it and, you know, what how you look at it up here. Give it this, you know, some kind of nice, very nice triangle up here being created, and it even looks like it wants to, you know, pump up here right now towards the upside. I had this move down here. So Optimism to me looks it looks like it might actually be nice. I'm still looking if this is gonna get any kind of move towards the downside up here in the movie. I mean, it already had the move towards downside. And the let me just see if there is any kind of divergence up here. No, there is no divergence on the weekly time frame up here. I mean, this looks nice. This looks nice. So guys, there is a freebie for you. Optimism might actually be nice for longing and stuff like that. And this is also a volatile coin. This up like 320% up here from the bottom top. This is, you know, 119% up here. So if it breaks up here, it might actually perform very nicely. There's a point where weak coins becomes bullish. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you will have coin when that people don't believe too much in, right? And suddenly it will be on everybody's you know mouths, and you know suddenly they will change up. Sometimes it takes as little as, you know, some kind of news about changing some kind of technology about it, or some other company starting using them. Suddenly it's, you know, good coin. So good coin and bad coin is, you know, a very subjective idea, because depends what you think about fundamentals. What I think about fundamentals, you know, is this good, is this bad? But you know, and then we try to look at the charts and see what the market thinks what is a good coin or bad coin. So if you look right now Ethereum, Matic, you know, Cake, BNB, whatever, right? Even a Litecoin, I don't know why, but Litecoin is performing well, guys. Have you seen Litecoin, guys? Have you seen Litecoin? Let me show you Litecoin up here. Where is Litecoin? I keep it hidden somewhere down here in the on my charts. Where is the damn Litecoin? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, K, L. There is Litecoin, 0.5. I mean, look at the chart, man. Look at the chart. It looks good, like it looks fine. This is June lows. It did not go below June lows, creating right now higher highs, hitting resistance up here. We said this is gonna happen up here, this triangle up here, but you know, Litecoin looks fine, guys, and it is down here at these lows, down here at 2018, but it's not like, you know, as bad as EOS, but it is holding well. So why is Litecoin doing well? You know, maybe it might be because of Dogecoin, because they're on the same proof of work chain, at least from what I hear. So there's that. Keep looking at the weight chain. I think it will pump in the next bull run. Adoption is still growing. Yeah, like everything, you know, bull run pumps everything. The problem is who is first, who is next, who is most, like which coin is 1000x coins, like it's really hard. And when it comes to 1000x coins, they usually these kind of, you know, coins that have low cap, a low market cap, nobody's talking about, so it's really hard to invest a lot of money in something. FTM, yeah, I also checked FTM. The problem that I have with FTM is that the two guys that were running FTM kind of left the project, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it did go down here a little bit down more, but it is at these lows down here at, you know, this is June 21, this is June 22 right now, so it has these moves towards upside. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Keep the eye on optimism, guys. Optimism up here. I think optimism, you know, when it comes to trading, maybe Solana right now is very tradable because it's very volatile coin. Optimism might be very volatile coin and it looks very nice. So we're gonna keep an eye on optimism, just, you know, see what's gonna happen. And again, when it comes to long-term Bitcoin, you know, weekly, monthly time frame, I'm optimistic. Like, I still think, you know, short term we might go towards downside. Yeah, sure. Short term we might go towards downside. Where's the lines? I think I deleted the lines. I removed lines, doesn't matter. I think, you know, short term up here we might, you know, pull back down here. Best case scenario, at least, you know, it might just continue pumping, but you know, I would like to see some kind of move down here. Get everybody wrecked, you know, get everybody shorting, and then, you know, big pump, you know, get everybody wrecked towards, you know, or get some kind of short squeeze towards the upside. That's what I'm looking for. Also, if you look at previous history of Bitcoin, of course, you always get a short squeeze before any kind of big, you know, any kind of bull market rally. Short squeeze up here. Here we got a short squeeze up here. This indicates, you know, the bottom is done. This indicates that, you know, that you know, you squeeze everybody shorting and stuff like that, right? This indicates that the move towards downside done. 2014 as well, short squeeze up here happened, right? This was short squeeze one, you know, just explodes towards the upside when everybody closes their positions. And I think also it happened, you know, before up here. It's a little bit different because this is 2013, so they, you know, you know, but you know, you still go down, you still got some kind of short squeeze up here and then explode towards the upside. It's a little bit different, but let me see up here. Also here you got some bottom, some kind of short squeeze, some kind of accumulation phase, and this might also have been short squeeze from this accumulation up here. So there needs to be some kind of short squeeze eventually before we actually, you know, establish some kind of new trend. And these short squeezes are very, very volatile. Just know that. Again, Bitcoin goes up faster than it goes down. I hope you enjoyed this, you know, Bitcoin daily. It's on Saturday. I'm gonna go, you know, remove the snow from my, you know, outside garage and stuff like that. And enjoy the day. I'll see you on Monday, 9 a.m. Central P time on the dollar. Watch Optimism, watch Atom, watch BNB, Phantom, Matic, BNB, you know, Cake, Ethereum. These good coins might perform well. Also watch what Bitcoin is doing. So there is that. And Solana, tradable coin. And I don't know if WeChain is good or not. Okay, guys, see you around. Bye bye.